She is Cannon's silver medical kit, Colonel's death, promise to protect a secret. And the other one is his globe, cracked by time and salt. So he could be meant to be looking at his globe.
You can look at the globe.
She can look at either music or for him because she misses him. But we don't know if there's music anywhere.
Rest on the ebony music stand in the library.
Yeah, but this isn't the library, I wouldn't think. Maybe it is. Maybe
No.
these books here and here are a library, and maybe this is...
Hmm?
Ah! Here. Okay. So she wants to look at
Needs to look at the music sheet. Mm-hmm.
Please. That looks like looking at the music sheet. We going with him to the telescope?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, no, he is at the globe, isn't he? Bearded Man was at the globe. It was Beardless Man who was telescope.
You think this guy is telescope? Okay.
Woman with scarves with silver medical kit, apparently.
No idea what we're meant to do for medical kit. He's meant to be forwards towards his globe, we think. Yeah, that's pretty globe-ish.
You
Like
haven't
he's
spotted
looking at
the
it to
silver
me.
medical kit?
Not that I know. We had that. We've got the escutcheon. We've got her. We've got the painting. We've got a
The
tea
housekeeper's
set.
cup is still here. Tea spilled across the table. She never got to drink it.
There's a
An empty
letter.
envelope. Did the housekeeper hand the Countess a letter? Lipstick stains. Same shade the Countess wore when she visited my office.
She's consistent. 20 years using the same lipstick.
Looks like someone arranged tea
Mhm.
in the library that day.
Don't see anything else. Then there's the music. It's the globe. This is like the entrance to the room.
On the other side of the bookcase, is there anything there that she has to look through the bookcase, sort of?
That I see. You'd think that it should be somewhere that she can see from here, though.
You'd think so. Think so.
There. There's a medical kit. But it's not
Ah, there it
interactable.
is. Mm-hmm.
Victory.
This must have been some sort of private study for the Countess.
Lady Margaret Fordside, I'm writing to you as the attending physician of Ward 2 to provide an update on your daughter's progress. It is with great pleasure I report her notable improvement. She now confides that she no longer experiences dark thoughts. More importantly, the nightmares have subsided and she's begun to communicate amicably with her fellow patients, a crucial step in her recovery. She's also asked me to relay a request. She would like to bring her amber necklace when you next visit. I'll continue to keep you informed of her progress. Respectfully, Dr. Muller, Chief Psychiatrist of Westland
Elodie was
Asylum.
committed to a psychiatric facility. But she supposedly recovered from whatever ailed her.
New key clue unlocked.
An old pocket watch. It probably belonged to Lord Fordside, Lady Margaret's husband.
It's very thin.
A British passport. Lord Fordside was undoubtedly a man of the world. This looks like the key to the main hall. Could be my way into the heart of the house.
Take it. Good, we do take it. That looks clickable, but...
Lady
okay,
Margaret
there we go.
and a young woman. I suppose it's Elodie. They look happy. It was undoubtedly a better time.
Okay, so this room was some more context, some nice paintings. Scary painting. And now presumably we can go back into the hallway, like it said, and find this door to open. Cutscene. An enormous tree in the heart of the mansion.
This door is locked as well. If the Countess wanted me to investigate, why didn't she leave the doors open?
Rest in truth.
Here
Find
lies
Elodie's
Elodie.
grave.
Rest eternally, beloved daughter, beneath the tree that once watched you grow. So this is where Elodie is buried.
There.
Layers of dried oil paint, left untouched for 20 years. It's as if time stopped the moment Elodie laid down her brush. Feels like the room's holding its breath, waiting for something to stir. Looks like the last painting Elodie was working on was of a ship at sea. The whole gallery is filled with maritime references. She seemed quite obsessed with it. A man with his back turned, watching a ship go down. This door appears to lead out to the back garden, locked with a padlock. I'll need to find the key. Looks like some sort of clue.
Trace the tree's journey from
Trace
birth...
the tree's journey from birth to decay. Follow the path of the artist in a thoughtful display. Arrange the 4 stages and the door will obey. Unlock the path ahead as art lights your way.
Print screen of that, maybe, Maury?
Let's see. Can't get that done. Oop. Gotta work around the things here. There we go.
No rush.
No. It's just still getting used to having a cat that likes to lay on top of things.
Is Cat getting along with doggos?
Cat is getting very well along with doggos. She is
Good to
not
hear.
afraid of them, except when Lohi literally chases her. Which is every time she moves too fast according to what Lohi deems acceptable.
Calm household only.
Uh-huh.
We good?
I'm good.
The drawing and dining room key. My lady, I must confess, never before has anyone requested something of this nature from me. I believe I'm capable of the task, must inform you it will require a significant sum. Certain parts will need to be specifically crafted in the city. I must first commission the necessary plans. What you're asking for is a piece of intricate engineering, but rest assured there will be no more ingenious way to restrict access to certain areas of the house. If it pleases you, I propose to delineate the spaces as follows. Area A, private quarters. Area B, guest quarters. Area C, kitchens and servants' quarters. I have provided a sample mechanism for Area C adhering to your original concept. I would appreciate a prompt response that I might proceed with ordering the remaining mechanisms. Thomas Blacksmith.
Lady Margaret took special care to secure the house, restricting access to certain areas.
That's a 5-digit combination lock. Not 6, which would match the ability to use dates for things. Because we've encountered a lot of dates. I'm not particularly inclined to start brute forcing a 10,000
The sinking of a ship.
number lock.
A grand ship on the open sea.
Another 5-digit lock. Well, I assumed this would be about moving the paintings around based on the little poem.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't see any way to move the paintings. I guess the thing says start with the tree, doesn't it?
Yep. One back. Trace the tree journey from birth to decay. Follow the path of the artist in a thoughtful display. Arrange the 4 stages and the door will obey. Unlock the path ahead as art lights your way.
I do appreciate that it's locked us in this area now that we've come through here. So it lets us know that the answer isn't backtrack and try and find another door for that newest key that we just got.
Mm-hmm.
The key that we just got does open this, though. Okay, that's the tree at birth. The tree is small there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There's a painting
we
of a
need the
man
next.
a bit crazy. What's the next line?
No, you're just supposed to collect the tree in these different states from birth to decay.
There's baby. No, I think isn't each line slightly different than talking about the tree?
It says trace the tree's journey from birth to decay. Follow the path of the artist in a thoughtful display. Arrange the 4 stages and the door will obey. Unlock the path ahead as art lights your way.
Here is.
So I think it's just follow the
Here's
trees.
big empty tree. This looks like
That's
medium happy tree. Where is sort of between baby? Where's teenage tree?
Let's find the teenage tree.
Locked, as expected. There's a metal engraving of a tree.
Ooh.
I do.
What stage is that in?
The tree on the
The
door?
metal engraving. Yeah.
It's old tree. But I can't interact with it anymore. I think that's just meant to be a hint that, yo, remember, it's the tree. The trees are the answer to this room.
Okay.
Maybe there aren't 4 of them?
There's supposed to be 4. It says specifically 4 stages.
I only found 3. Maybe I'm being blind. That could be a tree up there, but it's too far away. Ah, here we go. But the thing is too dark. What was the button for F? That looks like teenage tree.
Yeah.
Then adult tree. dead tree. Slightly underwhelming that those are literally the order you encounter them if you, like, go from the entrance door for this room to the exit, but... sure.
Oh, well.
Looks like a commercial seaman's yearbook, listing ships and their crews. It's open to the pages under S.
Damn it, it's not here. It's simply not here.
Walter Brandon, Stella Maris's vessel.
This must be the Countess's handwriting. What was she searching for?
Really wish that the lantern would just stay out. The old Singer sewing machine. Does it have a push pedal? I don't see a push pedal. Might only be hand crank.
A boarded up door. The access to the servants' quarters appears to be blocked for some reason. Something definitely happened here. Was it a struggle? Some of these tools have been bent, likely trampled over.
Crowbar. Which we steal.
It looks like this vase was shattered. Not just dropped, but smashed with intent.
Intent to kill!
These broken chairs. Someone must have hurled them to the ground with great force.
No, and then there's no way through this. But then what are we supposed to do here? Ah.
A silver knife is missing, and it's nowhere to be found. Likely taken by the same person who caused all this destruction.
And that contradicts what Lady was saying, that not a single piece of silver was stolen.
Mm-hmm.
Boo!
Well, unless the murder weapon could have been there, though.
I guess the murder weapon might be in the room, waiting for us to find it, and it might be that knife.
Could even be in the body, for so to speak. So.
What else am I meant to do in here? This is our newest space, and it hasn't given me anything. What did I miss? Door to this... Oh, we break it with the crowbar. Okay.
Looks like the crowbar is broken.
It's a single-use crowbar. The flimsy wooden boards are just too much for this crowbar.
Lady Margaret, after the death of her daughter, dismissed the staff and left the mansion.
Following the funeral of her daughter, you are kindly requested to proceed to the main hall, where you shall each receive a payment equal to 3 months' wages. Your service with this gesture will come to an end. Lady Forces extends her deepest gratitude for your loyal service. Excellence in housework, the English servant.
A good way to motivate the staff.
Backgammon?
A backgammon board. One of the oldest board games. Miss Marva apparently knew her way around the tarot. What a dreadful spread. And what a chilling omen it revealed. Evil approaches. It will bring death, and lay ruin to the house and all who dwell within.
Area B. Ah! Okay, so this is for one of the doors, presumably. 34982.
Give me but a second, and I'll just in case we manage to forget. Oop, there we go.
Okay. Small looking record player. And the other servants' rooms.
A doll pierced with an awl. A warning?
Dear Mother, I wish I could tell you that all is well and I'm happy here at the Countess's household. Miss Muir, the housekeeper, takes good care of me. Lady Margaret sees no one but her daughter. According to Miss Mueller, she fears some kind of relapse, and Manor is falling apart day by day. The worst of it, Mother, is that man. That dark. He lurks in the shadowy corners of the house when I'm cleaning or carrying out my task, and throws himself at me. He's incredibly strong. His great hands seize me, and I feel completely helpless. At night I'm afraid to go to the lavatory, there in the dim solitude. I feel watched by something wicked, and a deep, spectral breathing leaves me frozen with fear. Only Miss Mower was listening to me. I believe she too understands that this man is a great danger, one that will sooner or later bring about a tragedy. She and I are exhausted. Yours affectionately. So, the servants knew about Spookum Monster?
It could look that way.
No doubt. This is the cook's room.
I appear to be stuck. Okay. Click again and it gets rid of being stuck. Okay, and there doesn't seem to be anything else in here. So, back to the doors, and we work out which one is... Oh no, there's a bathroom as well.
A pair of blood-stained scissors stuck in the sink basin. Deeply unsettling.
Exceptionally dirty toilet.
Well, if she hasn't lived here and no one cleaned it, it's
I mean... Everything should be equally dirty. The toilet shouldn't be more dirty than the surrounding things in that case.
Is there someone else in the house?
Encounter a shadowy figure inside the manor.
Who the devil is that man? He had a knife. I'm completely in the dark here. I don't think he saw me.
Spooky scary!
Did we see him or is it our imagination?
Okay, do we think this is Area B or Area A? We'll try. So was it 3, 2, 4?
If I go to the next image. B is guest quarters, if that says you anything.
No. I don't know. Like, we've got 2 doors and we don't know how to tell which door has this code.
Okay.
And then it was 8,
It's
7?
34982.
8, 2. Just putting a 4 in the wrong slot, and the 4 that I thought it was should be a 9. No, so it's presumably the other one then. 34982.
34982, yes.
Yes, it is this one. Sorry, I have trouble seeing anything there. But we have a lantern. Lantern exists.
And as far as we know, we can use it as much as we want, so...
God, yeah, I'd hate this if it was a limited lantern.
This must be Walter Brandon's room.
Candelabra.
The painting of a ship, unmistakably in Elodie's style.
Ooh. That's a new handprint.
An empty bottle. It smells of good rum. The diary of Walter Brandon.
He doesn't seem to
Perhaps it
care.
holds some clues about who he was.
He doesn't.
And what his involvement in this case might be.
To go look at this.
I am terrified that man has found me. I fear something dreadful is about to happen. Tonight as I awoke, I saw him, standing at the foot of my bed. I could not make out his face, but his knife. The gleam of its blade shone in the darkness. I sprang up suddenly, determined to confront this stranger. Grabbing the heavy candlestick from the nightstand, I hurled it with all my strength. He vanished into the dark.
Yeah. Spooky Knife Man has ghost powers.
A compass and a sextant. Tools of a sailor. A model ship. Mr. Brandon must have felt a deep yearning for the sea.
My lantern back, please, game. Thank you. This hasn't given us another code. Now it lets me look at the handprint.
Coming here was a grave mistake. He has followed me, watching and lurking in dark corners,
Oh,
waiting
charming.
to surprise me.
Has
I dare
shark
not tell
teeth.
Elodie. She would think the one thing I dread most for her to believe. I see him again from the window, watching me. His long hair and beard obscure his face, and he still holds that knife. He means to kill me.
Now I'm allowed to look at the diary.
I am losing my faculties. It is best I return to the ship. Everyone seems to be conspiring against me. The housekeeper despises me, accusing me of misconduct. Perhaps I'm not a man of refinement, but I know what respect is. Yet this morning, as I woke from my rest, she was enraged with me. It was of no use to tell her I had slept peacefully. An external maid who comes to clean was crying and accusing me of having approached her in an unseemly manner. I would never do such a thing. I am a sailor, a man of the world. I know how to conduct myself.
Okay, so they thought Ghost Man was him, because he's like the only guy in the house.
Yeah,
Is what I would take from that.
yeah.
The
Which,
last
honestly,
entry in the diary.
the very sound,
Stated the
reasonable
very
assumption,
murder.
rather than going straight to Ghost Man.
My beloved Elodie, why can you not believe this poor sailor who only wishes to love you? I have left everything behind. My ship, the sea, all my world, just to be by your side as you asked me to. Damn it. I can hear the man with the knife coming up the stairs from the hall. I need to hide.
Walter was terrified. What in the devil was happening here? It seems this trunk was all Walter owned. I should take a look at it. Looks like the key to the back garden. I better head back to the staircase gallery. Pretty sure I saw a door to the outside there. A photograph of Elodie. No doubt Walter cared for her deeply. Seems I'm not the only one with a fondness for hats.
Interaction box on that hat was a bit weird, but okay. Key to area behind paintings. Check. Here. Does this game have saves? Not as best I can tell. It looks like it auto-saves. There's no save. There's only load.
Mm-hmm.
There is no save, only load.
This ought to do the trick for that boarded up room upstairs, just by Walter Brandon's room.
I didn't notice a second boarded up thing.
Here's the missing kitchen knife. Undoubtedly the murder weapon.
Okay. So she was murdered in the greenhouse with kitchen knife.
A filthy coat, soaked in some kind of black.
So there you found the
hardened
knife, and
liquid.
the lady's words are still
Aged
true.
over
They
time.
didn't take the silver.
Yep.
It's clear that the man who killed Elodie discarded his blood-stained clothing during his escape.
Green things I meant to look at here. I can go slightly deeper into here. That feels like something that I could break with the... the crowbar, but we're not allowed to. Ah, I meant to go over to this bird bath.
At that old fountain in the garden, now little more than a basin of stagnant water, one can still make out the faint impressions of bloodied hands. It seems almost certain the killer stopped here, in a hurried attempt to wash away some of the blood spattered across his body.
I have a real hard time thinking that 20 years of rain haven't cleared away this handprint, but...
Look, it doesn't rain in this part of England.
It does nothing but rain in England. That is all it
Not in
does.
this particular. England famous for no rain.
The gate still bears the macabre traces of that old tragedy, like a silent witness, pointing to the path taken by that murderous beast as he fled.
That? No. think it looks like we've done everything out here. So we got the crowbar, and we were told the crowbar should let us open something near the guy's bedroom.
The killer likely fled through the rear door of the house.
So this way again, but supposedly there was something warded up here that I didn't notice. Oh, there isn't. Ah,
Look at everything in this room.
here is the thing. Okay. Demon bust? Or torso?
Lord Fordside was a gifted artist, no
Right.
doubt. But his work betrayed a dark and tormented soul. This unfinished fallen angel stirs in me a curious sense of unease. Almost
Curious. It's a
repulsion.
very sensible sense of unease.
A sharpening wheel. Lord Fordside likely crafted his own chisels. Unlabeled liquor bottles. The damp and the passing years have likely worn away whatever once marked them. There's a distinct scent of wormwood, the plant at the heart of absinthe. Thujone, its active compound, could provoke hallucinations. Visions said to come straight from the goddess Artemis herself.
To this day, 3 years since his disappearance, I'm still catching myself entering this room, expecting to find him there exhausted yet sleepless, labouring without pause, shut away for days on end without food or rest, carving his final dreadful and chilling masterpiece. With those eyes, mad and haunted, the same eyes that seem to afflict every heir without exception, the very same enigmatic, sorrowful gaze I find myself recognizing more and more in Elodie's face with each passing day. The day I saw her, scarcely 3 years old, create her first drawing, I knew then she too was lost. The curse, this inheritance, so steeped in misfortune. Tomorrow I will take Elodie to the sanatorium. With therapy and a controlled environment, perhaps she might improve. I shall not allow the legacy to take her from me as well. And then did you print screen that number?
I have.
Cool. Yoink. 25741. So I managed to forget by the time we get over to here. 2 5 7 4 1.
The door is locked. I'll need to find the key. Him again. Who the bloody hell are you?
And he's looking at us this time.
Hmm?
This room looks like it belongs to a woman. Lady Margaret, the bed is made.
But now he's
The
gone.
Countess hadn't yet gone to bed on the night of the murder.
Is he? He was still there when I
I
looked.
just finished gathering all the clues from
Oh.
the Countess's
Okay,
room.
now
Okay.
he's
Explore
gone.
other
No,
parts of
that's
the
true.
house.
He is gone now. But when I came over here and looked over here, he was looking where I used to be, which was a bit less scary. Just a little bit less scary.
Mm-hmm.
This is a nightmare. I am deeply concerned for Elodie. The housekeeper has long been warning me about Walter. I have made some inquiries, and nothing is as it seems. Elodie remains blissfully happy with him in the house. I am at my wit's end. Since her return from the sanatorium, she has been positively radiant, a true beacon of light. They go out together and seem to have a splendid time. He appears very close to her. This is in stark contrast to the picture painted by the housekeeper, which is a complete contradiction.
New key clue unlocked. Pick up this pile of keys when we were just told we want a key. Disappointing.
Last night I heard him scream. He seemed to be in the throes of a panic attack. I approached on tiptoe to the guest quarters, and then suddenly I was struck with terror. An insane, maniacal laughter echoed through the night. It did not sound like him. The following morning, Walter and Elodie went out to sail on the pond. Everything appeared normal, and he was the most charming he has ever been.
Okay, so she thinks that he's like got a fake personality thing happening as well.
Mm-hmm.
Something made of glass has shattered.
Probably influenced by the staff keep saying that he is being inappropriate to them, and he's saying that he isn't, and then hearing
oh my God,
hearing
what is
sounds
that
in the
noise?
night.
It's coming from Elodie's room.
Yeah, that makes sense. But from what we've seen of him, he's seeing someone else.
It's a
Now, whether that's
Yeah.
just like
no one in their right mind would open a
he's
vintage like this and leave it abandoned.
separating insane version of
something
himself
more
from
urgent
normal
than what
version of
to be
himself, that's not clear.
Seems Lady Margaret was reading in the chair that evening. The book's still open, right where she left it.
Tongs?
The fireplace tools, all knocked over on the floor. And unless my eyes deceive me, the poker appears to be missing.
Oh my God, Elodie!
Lady Margaret, quite agitated, grabbed the fireplace poker and rushed toward Elodie's room.
We didn't get any new key. I would have expected... Oh, okay. Now we can pick up the keys that I complained about not being able to pick up
Likely
earlier.
the one to Elodie's room.
It's the same thing as with the handprint.
Yeah.
You gotta do it in the right key.
Lady Margaret lied to me. She hadn't taken any sleeping draught that night. She could have heard the attack and rushed to see what was happening. Why did she hide this from me? The more I investigate, the more convoluted it all seems. I should head to Elodie's room to search for answers.
Do we know where her room is? This was cooking and servants' quarters. Where would her room be?
You'd think it wouldn't be that far away from the other ones, but
I would have thought it should be near the guys. One. Does it let me go back here? No. Or there. Ooh. I was trying to press M for map and it's brought up some people. Bunch of case information. Not what I'm actually after. Here. This is her room.
There was a struggle here. Clear as day. Not a clean break-in. The killer wasn't subtle. Photograph of Elodie Fordside and Walter Brandon. If my memory serves me right, it looks like it was taken at Westland Asylum. A rag doll, tossed on the floor. I'd wager it used to sit neatly on the bed. Either it was knocked over in the scuffle, or perhaps Elodie dropped it herself in the panic.
Feels like there should be another thing. Jewelry box looking thing that appears to be empty.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, the
A
bloodstains.
pool of dried blood. There's no doubt now. This was the scene of the crime. Judging by the sheer brutality of the crime, we can almost certainly conclude the killer was a man of considerable build. The blood-stained coat, found alongside the greenhouse knife, suggests that the mysterious figure seen loitering nearby may, in fact, be the very same individual who committed the murder. They say the killer always returns to the scene of the crime. But 20 years have passed. Why now? Let's attempt to reconstruct the events, just as they might have unfolded that night, and try to understand precisely what happened.
Ah. Now I can look at the bedside table.
Bedside table.
Mm-hmm.
Elodie must have lain down that night, perhaps already drifting to sleep.
Door lock, which I did notice
Door's
before,
lock, completely broken.
but it wasn't
indicates
interactable.
Someone forced their way into the room, likely startling Elodie awake.
The dropped doll? No, the chair.
Elodie tried to flee, but the killer cornered her near the vanity. She lost her balance and fell, breaking the dresser and chair. The killer dragged her to the bed against her will. In the struggle, one of the vases fell from the mantelpiece.
She was
On the bed.
stabbed.
The killer stabbed her mercilessly, again and again, staining the sheets with blood. That's when Lady Margaret arrived, striking the killer with the fireplace poker, knocking him away from Elodie.
Oh, Granny! Doll.
Wounded, the killer fled the scene, but it was already too late. Elodie was
But
already
then she
dead.
saw who did it.
The old Bloomsbury mansion. It choked my thoughts. It had that kind of sadness that seeps into your bones like old damp, and that sudden abandonment, so clear before my eyes, looked like a sinister time capsule.
Ooh, he has normal teeth there.
One thing was certain. My next move was to dig up answers about the man with the knife, and about Walter Brandon, the sailor from Westland Asylum, an old, forgotten sanatorium that, 20 years ago, was the scene of a meeting between Elodie Fordside and that Brandon fellow.
Lament of the Forgotten. The old sanatorium loomed in the distance, silent and solemn, a monument to forgotten suffering. It stood like a sleeping giant. Its walls stepped in the horrors of another age. John knew that crossing its threshold meant stepping into the labyrinth of the human mind, where the madness of some and the cold indifference of others had turned places like this into breeding grounds of nightmare. A creeping unease settled in as he neared the entrance, a whisper of dread curling at the edges of his thought, yet he pressed on. He needed answers, and he was certain they would wait in the dark. I've really liked the music so far.
My battered car crept along
The music has
winding,
been very
shadowed
good
road
as far as keeping
leading
the
to
mood.
Westland Asylum.
Those birds are a little basic.
But what I found upon arrival was disquieting. The building, forsaken for more than a decade, remained illuminated. Was it some ancient emergency system defying the passage of time?
Oh, you return again, kitty
Someone
cat.
awaiting my arrival.
Are we going to be getting a cat emote to go with Loki and Costo?
Remains to be seen.
We can go through the whole grounds. I kind of thought this would be a impassable wall.
The front door, sealed shut. As expected. Nothing's ever straightforward, is it? I'll have to find another way in.
Don't seem to climb that down pipe. Or this one. This one or that one. There's so many down pipes. Gilbert, I'm leaving now. I've gathered all my belongings, but I see that yours are still here. I have had to return the key to the front entrance, but the passageway leading to the back courtyard remains. It's covered up a bit. I'm sure you remember where it is. The kitchen window is broken, and frankly, I don't believe anyone will come to mend it. You should be able to get in through there without any trouble.
So, there's an alternative entrance, hidden somewhere in the wall of the asylum.
I'm not allowed my lantern anymore? They've taken away my lantern button.
Oh no, you're in the dark now.
This is horrible. They said it was one of the windows. You're really not going to let me have the lantern anymore? That's so mean. Now we can interact with this pallet. And then crawl through this gap in the wall. Jump in through the window, sure. Cat burglar's instinct. Find a way into the asylum.
Oh, bloody hell. It's pitch black in here. Looks like I've stumbled into what could be the kitchen. Damn it. The lantern. It's broken. I'll have to manage without it for now.
I really would prefer not. I'd really like to have a working lantern game.
Oopsie.
Looks like the only thing to do is to try the door. Oh, a light. Can we steal you? We cannot. Also, it's a magical light.
A bloody handprint. Someone injured must have leaned against this wall. Westland Asylum was a top place in its good old days.
Your turn, Maury?
Westland Asylum, a place of hope and healing, under the esteemed direction Dr. Mulder, with distinguished consultation of Dr. Shedinant, expert in modern therapeutic methods. Compassion, understanding, and advanced techniques of mental health care marking the start of recovery. Dr. Mulder's guidance and Raharian's progressive therapy insights providing effective treatments for nervous alignments, melancholy, hysteria, and other mental disturbances. Services included are restorative rest cures, modern electrotherapy applications, talk therapy and moral treatment, personalized occupational activities, holistic and humane care. Westland Asylum stands at the fore of psychiatric advancement, merging experience and innovation while treating each patient with the dignity of hope. For admission and inquiries, Westland Asylum Admissions Office, Fairwood Lane, Westland County.
Thank you, Maury. Cheers, everyone. Fountain pen. A waste paper
May
basket.
1922. This letter was written half a year before Elodie's murder. It's possible she was still a patient here at the time.
This is also a lady one from Florence, so we'll defer to you again, Maury.
To Dr. Mulder. Oh, I forgot. May 5th, 1922. To Dr. Mulder, Director of the Westland Sanatorium. Sir, in view of the escalation violent incident within this institution since the arrival of patient B03, Were they all about with the dignity of the patients, and yet they still refer to them as numbers? Oh well. We, the undersigned, felt it is our duty to express the following concerns on behalf of the sanitary support staff. Patient B03 requires specialized care and strict oversight, necessitating immediate confinement in the isolation cell. Access to share the public spaces should be allowed only under supervision of 2 attendants equipped with tranquilizing injectables. The recent incidents have underscored grave deficiencies in this institution's security measures, revealing its unpreparedness to house patients with such a high degree of aggression. We strongly urge the hospital administration to implement decisive measures without delay. Should our concerns remain unaddressed, we will be compelled to escalate this matter to the National Asylum Workers Union, which has been made aware of our grievances. Respectful, Nurse Florence Norman on behalf of the Sanitary Support Staff, Westland Sanatorium.
Okay. So, do we think that this is Sailor Man, or do we think that this is someone else? What do you think, Mari? I think it's someone else.
Yeah. I can't
Someone
remember.
else also
there was
covers
a letter.
Ghost.
There was a letter, wasn't it, where we saw what number Walter was? But I can't remember.
I don't remember.
The nurses were genuinely concerned about the aggression of patient B03.
To all staff and family members of the patients, on the forthcoming Tuesday, 6th of April, 1932, and as previously announced, the closure of this institution will take place. Within the span of 1 month, this sanatorium shall be fully closed, and all patients will be transferred to other hospitals in the area, according to their individual needs. As for staff, you may request outstanding payments and a severance compensation proportional to the time worked in the administration office, which will remain open for 1 additional week following its closure, from 12 a.m. to 5 p.m. For your convenience, we kindly request that you schedule an appointment. The final working and insurable day shall be Monday, the 4th of April, 1932. Dr. Mulder, Director of the Westland Sanatorium.
The asylum was shut down.
Okay, so
10
they're
years ago.
closing on the 4th of April,
Judging by the state it's
1932.
in,
When was the grievance
probably had
note
no
from
choice
again?
but
That
to
was the
close it due to
May,
the building's
the year
condition.
before, was it?
One that we just... This one? No, that's the happy, sales brochure. This thing. May 5th of 22, so 2 years earlier.
Okay, 2 years earlier.
Oh, this is now...
The girl. How is the girl?
You mean Miss Elodie Fortside. Don't worry, that bloke didn't lay a finger on her. But you took quite a knock. This is going to smart.
Okay, so Sailor Man took a hit from other person for her. Okay, supports that it's not him, that it's someone else. Doesn't seem to be anything else to interact with in here that I see. Might be being blind. Idly, we can close the door.
It's locked. Without the key, I won't be able to access the upper floors.
What? Why can I open these doors then?
Maybe we need to look at something else before we can get to arranging all the books.
Yeah.
We must formalize the admission
Like the
of
letter on the
Elodie
desk.
Fortside. I have her file here.
That girl? What do you think of her?
I don't quite know. She seems a good girl. I do hope she recovers soon.
I know what Dr. Mulder thinks of her.
Oh, don't be wicked.
You cannot tell me you haven't noticed. Have you seen the way he looks at her?
Shh, hush now. Someone's coming.
New key clue found. That the doctor's in love with the girl?
Mm-hmm.
At least thinks she's pretty, presumably.
This file cabinet is now empty. It probably held all the records of the inpatients.
Now, can we look at this? No, still nothing there.
But there's the letter on the desk that you haven't looked at on your left side.
That letter? Can't get to it.
If you're standing by the books, if you're standing by the bookcase, it's on your desk on your left.
That's a lady.
Memorandum. Pursuant to the established protocols and regulations of Westland Asylum, in preparation for the forthcoming annual report to the Board of Trustees, Dr. Leonard Sherdient will retain custody of the patient records for a duration of 5 days. Members of the medical staff requiring access to these records during this interval are advised to direct their inquiries to Dr. Sherden's office between the hours of 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. Selma Crenton, Administrative Secretary.
I need to find Dr. Sheridan's office.
Still nothing in there.
No, but now we at least have an objective of finding the office.
Maybe this is just meant to be like, I'm looking for things here, and then this tells me to go to his office, yeah. Five-digit code.
Maybe the phone call to the mysterious closed asylum will tell us.
Well, I don't know where the phone is.
I assume at the head desk.
God, it's gonna endlessly ring till we find it.
It's at the reception desk, isn't it? Where you found the happy brochure?
So one thing they could do for this is make it environmental. That as you get closer to it, it gets louder or quieter. This thing.
Hello? Hello? Can you hear me?
Mr. Morley, is that you?
Lady Margaret?
Mr. Morley, I'm so relieved to hear your voice. I've been trying to reach your office, but I couldn't get through to anyone.
It's awfully late at night, Lady Margaret. How on earth did you know I was at Westland Asylum?
Well, I was already in bed, truth be told, but there was something on my mind. A vital detail I'd forgotten to mention. I called your office, searched for you at the mansion, and when I couldn't find you there, I assumed you might be investigating at the asylum.
I see. Very resourceful of you. Now tell me, what is this detail of such importance?
Oh yes, of course. I almost forgot. You see, the truth is, I'm afraid that you're not alone.
What the devil does that mean? Hello? Lady Margaret?
Dun dun dun! The door to the lift opened, even though we were told we would need a key for it.
Isn't this that's the door to the basement?
It's not the lift key. You think that it's the door over here? This one? No, that's still locked. We still don't have the
No,
archway
between
one.
that, right next to the elevator door, there was a door to a basement, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
It's like a little
Yep.
There's someone
door
there.
between the...
It's too dark
I've
for
got a bad
blobber
feeling about this.
situation.
Mm-hmm.
Wants us to interact with whatever that is.
Well, at least there's a lamp in here, so...
Internal Memorandum of Westland Asylum. Due to the increasingly precarious state of the electrical network, which as you're well aware is far too aged and no longer fit for safe operation, and given the impending closure of the institution, the administration has no alternative but to suspend all plans for renovation. Accordingly, and in the interest of maintaining minimal functionality, one of the primary safety switches required for the activation of the electroshock therapy room has been installed in isolation cell B04. That cell is to be decommissioned as a holding cell and repurposed as a maintenance storage room. Staff are to refrain from placing any patients therein and ensure that the room remains only accessible to authorized personnel. This will be noted in all relevant logs. Open door, cold to warm. And we might want to know what that cell was. Cell B04 is probably worth making a note of.
Okay, we'll make note of that. So that we have it, just in case.
Cell B04 electroshock therapy switch.
B04.
Internal report.
Electroshock.
Patient B03. Identity unknown. Male, early 30s. Admitted after being the cause of a series of violent incidents. The patient exhibits a disturbing duality. Episodes of unprovoked, nearly superhuman aggression, displaying raw, overwhelming physical force, and subsequent plunges into an eerie, profound apathy. His faculties appear suspended during these lulls, leaving him in a state of unnerving inertia. Due to the unpredictability of his violent outbursts, he remains confined within a reinforced cell. Treatment involves high doses of sedatives, potassium bromide or morphine, and a regimented course of electroconvulsive therapy, alongside stringent restraints, such as an anti-biting mask and, if required, an iron muzzle. Ongoing monitoring is maintained.
See, that thing did a good job of, like, the noise was coming from here, and as I turned my head, you could hear it going from left speaker to right speaker. Yeah, can't open that one. This is the one that supposedly has the electroshock switch, but we can't open it.
Internal report. Patient B02. Mr. Norbert Clark, 45, from Sanderson, is a persistent pyromaniac whose actions have repeatedly endangered both property and life. Despite his seemingly frail build, he harbors an alarming compulsion for fire setting, a tendency exacerbated by intermittent episodes of disorganized thought and incoherent speech under duress. His unsettling, fixed gaze suggests the planning of covert schemes, amplifying his threat. To mitigate risk, he is isolated in a secure cell, thoroughly cleared of flammable materials. His management includes a regimented program of sedatives and antipsychotic medications to stabilize his manic and schizoid symptoms, with vigilant oversight maintained.
There's nothing in here. So So it's just like setting the place that this space is for the dangerously dangerous.
Mm-hmm. And we're down here in the dark. Yay.
This doesn't open? There doesn't seem to be anything else there. About this side.
Internal report. Patient B08, Miss Beatrice Marin, female, 28, reclassified after initial misidentification. Miss Marin presents with severe self-destructive behaviors. She engages in autosarcophagy, self-cannibalism that has markedly compromised her physical integrity, and compulsively ingests her own hair. These actions, driven by deep psychological torment and overwhelming despair, leave her in a perilously fragile state. As a precaution, she is secured in a straitjacket and confined to an environment entirely devoid of any utensils or objects that might facilitate further self-harm. Her treatment protocol centers on the administration of potent sedatives to alleviate anxiety and curb these impulses, with ongoing monitoring.
I've never heard autosarcophagy before. Presumably she likes putting herself in small boxes?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing but a whole wall of blood here. Switch of some sort. Someone with a choker chain in their room? Seem like the sort of thing you should leave in an otherwise padded room. Okay, there was that thing that said press them in a certain order. So we found blue and green, we need to find yellow and red. So I've missed some button pressy things. So we've just done blue and green, where is yellow and red? There's red. But where's yellow then? I mean, maybe it doesn't actually care about the audio. No, it does, because that's reset that. Has it reset all of them? Yes. Although it's weird that it thinks... Like, the order here is not the same as blue, green, yellow, red.
Mm-hmm.
It's blue, yellow, green, red. But to me, green is not warmer than yellow. Missed one other button somewhere, but we need the yellow one. There's blue. Yellow that we don't know where it is. Red was inside this one. There isn't any more space and there's nothing else that opens. Okay, I missed that door. It's just another door of blood. Can you tell what that is? I can't, it's too black.
You mean the little slidey door?
Whatever that is that I'm allowed to interact with here.
Yeah, it's kind of a door.
Doesn't seem to do anything.
No, it looked like it kind of raised when you lifted it once, but no, it's just locked. Never mind. Just locked door now.
There's yellow. Yellow! And now red. Red is in the fire person's room. Success! Activate the power switches. It's the electroshock therapy room.
The shivers.
The East Wing access key. Transfer of patient note. Patient B03, 15th of July, 1922. Patient transfer of B03 to Area M. Following several sessions of electroconvulsive therapy, the patient has shown significant improvement. Previous violent episodes have been entirely eradicated, and the patient now presents with a profound state of apathy, characterized by emotional detachment and a notable lack of response. His interactions are limited to monosyllabic utterances, with no signs of aggression or reaction. This behavior may be attributable to the intensification of treatment, as well as a potential underlying psychological condition that we will continue to investigate. It's anticipated that in continued observation, the patient will gradually regain his ability to communicate and exhibit emotional responses. The complexities of the case should be taken into consideration, along with the need for potential adjustments to their ongoing treatment. Given the control of the violent tendencies and the stabilization of his condition, it's appropriate to transfer him to Area M, a less restrictive environment, though under strict supervision. Close monitoring is recommended to assess any potential changes in behavior, with the possibility of further adjustments to his medication. So they think they shocked him into being better, and then he got unbetter. Good. How fantastic. Just great. Still, we got a key, so we presumably go back upstairs into that door that was on the... Ooh.
I need to hide. Quickly.
Yeah?
Gotta go hide somewhere.
I can't hear it. Could it be gone?
That door can't be locked.
Maybe that's all you needed to do?
Depends on how much I want to do a jump scare once you go outside of the room.
Don't say that, Maury. I don't want to deal with a jump scare. Okay, we still can't do that. We can go upstairs and do the door that was left of here that we couldn't do before now. This one. Yes. I cannot see anything there. I mean, I can see the window lights, but I can't, like, I have no idea what's going on with respect to anything else there. It's too hard to see. Westland Asylum, Matthew Gabry Maintenance.
A cigarette case, with a bit of tobacco still inside. Clean water, an apple, a bit of bread. The food still fresh. A maintenance uniform. Oddly well prepared. Not a speck of dust on it.
The subtitles
Looks
said
like someone's been coming through
preserved.
here. Perhaps this is what Lady Margaret meant in her call. Or was she trying to warn me about something else?
We were meant to get something from in here, though. Yeah. As far as I can tell... Can't walk in the little cupboard thing either. Continue on. Up further stairs or do with this floor?
Let's try to see if we can do something more with this floor.
It isn't a two-player game, Mip. We are playing it cooperatively, but it's not like fundamentally Maury is not controlling stabby person, for example.
Or am I?
Sure, you would have done the jump scare if you had the power.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've got a 4-letter code, a 5-letter code, or 5-number code. Another 5-number code.
There's a lot of codes we need.
A door that just doesn't open. 2 5s, 1 4.
Dr. Sheridan's office. This is where I'll find Elodie and Walter's records. Nothing of interest here. Wait. No, it can't be.
Recognize the patient.
There he is. In the photo. Dr. Sheridan in the center. And right next to him, it's him. The man with the knife. That wild mane, that unkempt beard, it's unmistakable. But what's he doing here? And he's holding a book. I need to get to the library. Elodie's record. Patient at the sanatorium.
Westland Asylum Register of Admissions and Discharges. Patient name is Elodie Forsyth. On the 14th of December, 21. 17th of November of 22. Patient registration number 2546. So she was here for a year. Just under a year. Reason for admission. Admitted to the asylum on the directive of her mother. A notable benefactress of the Institute, the patient exhibits a persistently low mood, a tendency towards social withdrawal, recurrently negative thoughts. Her ladyship expressed concern over the risk of the patient engaging in self-harming behavior. Preliminary observations. During initial evaluation, she displayed a withdrawn posture, delayed response, and consistent avoidance of eye contact. She reported feeling trapped in a constant state of oppression and described a persistent sense of unease. Although she refrained from providing any further detail, her condition necessitates close observation and a progressive therapy approach to monitor and assess any changes. Hereby, the admission of Miss Forsyth to our institution is recorded. A detailed follow-up of her progress shall be maintained. Dr. Mulder Westland Asylum.
Strange. Elodie's record was easy to find, but there's no sign of anything related to Walter Brandon. Something doesn't add up. What am I missing?
Still not allowed to leave.
Which is strange, considering they said we had needed to go to the library, but...
Is that Kitty?
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Kitty.
That's a very loud kitty.
Apparently at a human frequency. Yeah, I don't know. The door doesn't open and I don't see anything else to interact with.
Could we look more at the photo, please?
It's no longer interactable. The only interactable I see is the note that we've already read.
And if we click the note we already read again?
Same.
Like just to see if we're stuck in some sort of...
Well, it might be that we were meant to read the note before looking at the painting.
But now we can do this note on the desk.
Yes.
Yeah, the note on the desk.
Dr. Sheridan, first and foremost, I must acknowledge the commendable results you've achieved with your recreational reading therapy. It's evident that the escapism and avenues offered by literary fiction have contributed significantly to alleviating anxiety amongst the patients. However, I regret to inform you that one of your patients, Miss Elodie Forsyth, is no longer participating in your reading sections. Given that she is the daughter of the esteemed Miss Margaret Forsyth, I deem it unsuitable for her to associate with certain individuals whom have questionable moral standings and may have an adverse effect on the delicate mind of the young lady. It's best she be kept apart from such influences. Therefore, I am relieving you of any responsibility for her care and will take over her management from this day forwards. I have communicated this decision to her mother. I trust you understand the necessity of this change. Questionable morality? Don't make me laugh, Frederick. What truly eats away at you is the fear that those bad influences might actually be too good for her. What is it you truly aspire to? A seat among the nobility, perhaps? You're a pathetic hypocrite, consumed by your own ego.
What was that noise? Sounds like something just came crashing down.
It was loud. Seem to be anything in here.
There's spooky music sound cue, so could you reach for the bottle up there?
No. It didn't have an interactable.
Okay.
This does. Why would we come up this way when there were normal stairs?
I believe the question is, why wouldn't we?
Dear Dr. Mulder, the books you've requested are available in the archive. Pick them up at your convenience. Here is the new entry code. 89981.
Give me about a second. Whoop. Got it.
Yo. Just a way of making you stuck. The other way. Well, hello, stabby friend. Do we want to try and open the door to stabby friend?
That seems like a great idea.
See anything else in here, so it does kind of seem like the way forwards.
It's either that or open one of the doors in the library.
No, we can't open this. Okay, can I climb back down the magical staircase? No. Okay, stairs. So it was go back down to the things that we... Even further down? I don't feel like we went up 2 levels.
Impossible. Locked as well. Some of the rooms are completely trashed. I didn't expect the asylum to be in such a state of decay.
Wait. We were meant to find that at the start. Oh, we just came this way instead. Okay. Then it was up. That isn't the stairs up. Here. This level wasn't the level with the doors. This was the level with all the, yeah. All the padded rooms. It's the next one that has the key things that need
Oh, I thought we needed the one downstairs in administration.
There was a code there that I've forgotten?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so where do you think that this is on?
So, by the elevator. And then all the way to the right. So you're one floor too high up.
This okay, the like ground floor elevator.
Yeah, ground floor.
Okay, ground floor.
Well, I guess at that point it will be all the way to the left, maybe.
I don't know, here. Okay, ground floor.
Yeah,
Elevator.
and then all the way to the left. Where it says administration on the door.
Aid.
Oh, you never turned. Never right. Then it would be all the way to the right when you're facing that way. Yeah, sure. Left and right depends very much on if
which
you're
way,
facing.
like when you've just come out of the door or not. So
yeah.
Is this archive? You think it's this one? Okay. And what was it? Had lots of 8s and 9s.
Unpause that. 89981.
Today's code to open the key box, the moth. The Rorschach test. For the psychology test using the Rorschach inkblot test, we'll use the following code to name the plates. This way, the patients will not be able to obtain information about their evaluation unless therapists deem it appropriate. Plate 1. I mean, this... Can we print screen this, Maury?
Yep, already done.
You.
So now we just need to figure out which one the moth is.
I mean, do we? Because there's only 8 like, now that we know that there are 8 possible... Ah, here we go, okay. Which one looks like a moth to you? I think 4. To me, this one looks more like a moth.
Yeah, 4. 4 definitely the moth.
Okay, and 4 corresponded to... here.
Plate 4 is 00100.
Should be easy enough. And what is it this is the key for? This is the key box something. Where will we find a key box, though? Something... I can interact with something through the wall? I think it's this door. I feel like the key box should be in here. Ah, there it is. So 00100. Lift key. It's the only key that's still in here. A, 2, 1, 0, or -1. Let's go all the way to the top. We don't have a key for this yet.
Okay.
Okay. This was the thing we couldn't open before that Stabby Man was on the other side of. I think. This room doesn't seem to have anything. The Molder. I don't think we have a thing for that. We have a thing for an archive room. Is that...
Do we have a thing for an archive room? I thought we'd used all of the things that are print screened by now.
Patient recording.
Oh, you thought that was the
Elodie
ground floor
Fordside,
thing. Okay.
February
Yep.
3rd, 1922. Daily record number 23. Let us begin. How are you feeling today, Miss Fordside?
I feel well.
Elodie, we have discussed this before. If you do not tell me how you truly feel, we will make no progress.
I feel a little sad, perhaps. I am alone here. I miss my mother and having company. So much time with nothing to do makes me think of things I do not wish to think of.
I see. Listen, Elodie. I believe you are looking at this the wrong way. If, instead of dwelling on what you call dark thoughts, you were to focus on possibilities, your outlook would change entirely. A young, beautiful woman such as yourself should look to the future with excitement. Think of all the adventures that lie ahead. Your family, your career as a painter. Perhaps even finding a man. A man of good standing. One who could protect you from your demons.
A man?
Tell me, Elodie, is there no man who stirs your heart?
What in God's name do you think you're doing?
Miss Fordside, you may go. We shall continue later.
Very well.
Have you lost your mind? Where is your professionalism?
Do not presume to judge my methods with your oh-so-righteous reading therapy.
Methods? The entire hospital is whispering about you. She is a patient, Dr. Mulder, and she is mentally unwell.
Listen, Ferdinand. Stay out of my affairs, and I shall stay out of yours. Or have you forgotten which one of us is the director of this institution?
Do as you please. But if I ever witness such a scene again, I will not remain silent.
New major clue unlocked.
Damn fool.
Creepy doctor.
Creepy doctor. Not actually, like, a new code or something.
Hmm.
It's kind of what I would suspect should come along with this. Library. Okay. I assume that's a girl's name? Pia? I don't know.
Maureen, finally, patient 1365 has returned the book. Every time they borrow it, it takes a month to bring it back. When it's not him, it's that girl. I can't even imagine how many times they've read it. But there are other patients who have also requested it, and I made a decision to take it off the shelf and place it under the custody of the one who opened the golden box. If anyone asks for it, it will be there. Pia Wolfson, librarian of the Westland Asylum.
So it's in a box. That did look like a box. The myth of psychology. In the shadows of forgotten myths lies the story of Psyche, the soul herself, driven by longing to reunite with her lost love Cupid, also known as Eros, god of love, desire, and an irresistible attraction. Her path led downwards to the depths of the underworld. There she must retrieve a golden box, said to contain a trace of Persephone's beauty. Persephone, goddess of spring and fertility, and yet also the somber queen of the dead. Psyche is warned, do not open the box. Still, hope is a dangerous thing. Perhaps she believed that a touch of divine beauty would make her worthy again of Cupid's eyes. Perhaps it was simply curiosity. That old companion of tragedy. She opens the box. But there is no beauty inside, only darkness. A deathly sleep seeps out, wrapping her in silence. Her body falls still, suspended between life and death. And so she enters the hidden kingdom, the realm of madness. Oh, good lord, this is a long one for you, Maury.
Kind.
I mean, it's a Selma again. It's Selma.
Uh-huh.
We're being consistent.
Uh-huh. Internal note on patient organization and cataloging. For the swift and proper cataloging of patients, a system of labeling is employed in which each patient is assigned a number corresponding to the room they occupy. The passcode to access each patient's cell is in the discharge number assigned upon admission. This number must be consulted in the admission register or in the individual patient record. Should a patient be transferred to another location within the institution, their cataloging will be amended according to the new room in which they are assigned. Patients classified as dangerous, whether to themselves or to other, are housed in the basement in specially adapted cell designed to ensure their isolation and safety. This area is assigned as Area B. The ground floor contains the common areas of the establishment, such as the kitchen, dining hall, and administrative office, where matters relating to paperwork are handled. A small first aid room and the archive, containing all records and documents pertaining to staff and inmates, are also located here. The doctor's office are situated on the second floor, which is the designated area for medical care. However, an exception is made for the office of Dr. Mulder, the director of the sanatorium, who occupies the third floor. On the second floor, one will also find the rooms of male patients, Area M, and female patients, Area F. It is important to note that the attic, which was previously used as a recreation room and for therapeutic activities, has been permanently closed due to its unsuitable and unsafe structural condition. The system of organization and cataloging has been designed to maintain proper control and safety for all inmates, as well as to ensure efficiency in the management of the various sections of the asylum. Selma Greenton, Administrative Secretary, Westland Asylum.
All right. Thank you, Maury. So there's the extra dangerous area, and then there's just general men and women areas. That's about what I got. You?
Yeah, there was the thing with the passcode to access each patient's cell is the discharge number assigned upon admission. And we had the discharge number of Elodie, didn't we? So we could technically now access her room in female patient area F, I would assume.
Okay, so her thing was, I think, in the ground floor area? That note, I think.
Yeah.
The
we didn't
adventures of
screenshot
Walter Brandon,
her.
the intrepid
part.
captain of the Stella Maris, braving the treacherous South Seas. What in the devil does this mean?
It means that someone is pretending to be this person from this book.
Mm-hmm. Oh, don't tell me it's the doctor.
Is Stabby Man?
No, if the doctor tried to pretend to be a patient.
There should be a box here, though. Or do you think that the only thing we were meant to get was that the patient's, like...
Was there anything more you could see, like who last loaned that book? Because there was a loan thing inside it, but I'm not sure if you turned it, if you could actually see something.
Patient 1365. That could actually be, because there were
Okay.
4-letter codes.
Mm-hmm.
So 1365 is worth writing down.
Yeah.
If we actually look at the book... Oh, come on. And that agrees with that. 1365.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So that means that patient should be living then in room 1365 according to the catalog system.
So we go down and try 136... Beg pardon. 5 on the 4-letter code door.
We can try.
We are now forced to use elevator. Okay. So this could be 1365. Check. Find Walter Brandon's private room. Which has a key. No! Dear Walter, there's something about you I cannot ignore. A quiet strength, a resolve that feels unshakable. The thought of all you've endured fills me with a kind of admiration I can scarcely put into words. You're unlike anyone I've ever met. And yet I wonder if you sense it too, the stolen glances, the way time seems to pause when our eyes meet. Perhaps it's nothing, perhaps it's everything. I'm not sure you're aware, but the night watchman rarely checks the attics on weekends. Some evenings, during the quiet moments, before we're all sent to bed, I like to slip away and wander up there. There's a peculiar stillness in that place, a kind of peace that I find nowhere else. Tonight at 7 sharp, I might take one of those little walks. Perhaps I'll find the calm even sweeter.
That hospital screen is positioned like the sail of a ship. A ship's old helm, tied to the bed, as if it were the quarterdeck of a vessel. Stella Maris. That was the name of the ship captained by Walter Brandon. This room is the room of a madman. The entire space is arranged as if it were the deck of a ship. Did that man truly come to believe he was a character in an adventure book?
Doesn't seem to be anything else. so that key presumably lets us go up to the attic level.
Mm-hmm.
Did we have a new 5-letter code?
It's probably her discharge code that we found
We
on those
don't-
letters.
Yeah. We need to
But we
check
haven't
that back
noted
on
that
level
down.
1, yeah. And there's another 5-letter code for this. Okay, so ground floor administration area. You can also try the attic to see if there's keys to the attic.
No, her room should be on the female side, so it shouldn't be in the same wing.
Oh. It's also... Yep, the key was for here. Discover their hideout.
An alarm clock. Their secret hideaway. Like two reckless teenagers, they started a romance, hidden from the prying eyes of doctors and nurses. For a while, they managed to keep their affair in the shadows, far from the eyes of doctors and nurses. Hair on the chair, strands on the floor. This is where the transformation took place. A pair of scissors and a comb. Elodie put in real effort to make him fit the mold of her ideal hero.
Cover
remarked
how
as
she
on
transformed him.
365 in the image of her most secret longings.
I mean, that reduces my sympathy for her a bit if she's actively helping this horror unfold.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose it's because she's ill in the head, so...
Yeah. Like, she wants to find some comfort, and her comfort is that favorite character in the book, so she makes him over to look like her favorite character.
To find something else in here.
Seems like you're just stuck in the...
Really would help if we had our torch. Okay, I meant to go back down that, it seems. No? But then why does this space exist if... None of the doors work. Okay, this one does.
The room has been decorated to resemble some sort of island in the South Seas. Of course, I should have guessed. She pulled him into her world. Elodie created Walter Brandon.
Dear Elodie, it's been some weeks since you requested a private session. As both your physician and friend, I find myself troubled, unable to cast aside the thought of the solitude you spoke of these weeks past, the solitude of which you've not uttered a word since. These days, burdened as I am with duty, I shall be confined to my office until the late hours of the night. Should you at any moment feel the impulse or need for company, do not hesitate to visit me. Here we go. Mulder's office number 39124.
Mm-hmm. Got it?
This letter. At the very least, it's highly inappropriate. A draft letter, scratched out and full of corrections.
It's one for Maury. My love, Elodie.
My dearest Walter, do not worry, everything is in place. I know it won't be easy, but it is crucial that you take the first step. Once they grant you your discharge, everything will change. I will be ready to follow you the moment you are out, in a safe place, far from here. When you speak with the doctors, I want you to repeat the words I've told you, with conviction, as though they are the only thing that matters. The shadow is gone. It has vanished. You are now fully yourself once more. Tell them you regret everything that happened, that you cannot understand how you acted in such a way. Speak of how you have found peace in reading, how you now wish to live more serenely, with purpose. Make them see that the shadows no longer exist, that the darkness has completely faded. They must believe you are free. I know this is not entirely true, but I'm certain that, with effort, you can control the shadow. You must do it for us, for what lies ahead. They do not see you as you are, they only see you as a mere piece in their game. We shall show them that they have no control over our fate. Once you are free, I shall request my discharge as well. My place will be with you, and together we shall make our way to the Bloomsbury Manor. I love you, and I know that soon we will be free. This will all be behind us, and everything we dreamed of will begin to come true. With all my love, Elodie.
Okay.
She goaded him into leaving the sanatorium. That man was desperately ill. But Elodie's selfishness outweighed what little sense she had.
Makes sense.
She pushed him too far.
Makes
If
sense.
I pieced this together correctly, that Walter was never really Walter at all. There was another personality. She called it the Shadow, a dominant, dangerous force that surfaced again and again in his life. The threads are beginning to unravel, but I need to see this through. What truly happened to Walter Brandon?
It kind of makes sense that we're done here because we have the new office key, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's anything else here. We'll look. Yeah, no, there's nothing else. Now are we able to open the other doors, or do we have to... No, now we go back up. And out via the elevator. Is there anything else in here that we needed to...
Powerful drugs for depression. Anxiolytics. The girl improved, but it seems the doctors were baffled by her mind. Looks like Elodie found herself a little hideaway to keep practicing her dark craft. Elodie found painting, and with it, a way to spill the shadows that crawled through her mind.
So I was meant to find something else up here. That does seem to be it. Now we can go in the lift. So lift, you want ground floor area and to get her number from the note in the like little reception desk.
Either that or we could just go to the, I guess that was the third floor where the doctor's office was, because we have the access code for that now.
So I think it was here? No. No, so... Was it noted down in the case thing? Not as far as I can tell, and it looks like there's only one more thing before maybe the game ends.
Okay. Then it probably wasn't important, so let's just head to the... That's the one that we probably wanted.
Which office was it in then? This one.
I thought it was in the archives.
The library? Or the... Because this thing was the archives, wasn't it?
Oh, I thought this was something else. I thought this was just administration. It was the one that had the desk and there was the picture of one guy and the patient, I think it was.
Where he was the sailor man?
Hmm.
I think that's gone too far. I thought I clicked one, but it looks like I've accidentally clicked two.
Okay.
Actually, anything that we can pick up or interact with, other than the...
There was... Could you go back and look at the spooky painting again?
The doctor, or the ones with them yelling? These ones?
Yeah. Not the doctor. 19... Is it 1920 that it says in there? I don't think we need another 4-digit code. It's just...
Yeah, it does have 1920 in the bottom right corner on the like ghoul one.
Mm-hmm.
I would assume that was like the year it's painted, but just in case, yeah, it doesn't hurt.
It's just your head is covering it.
Sorry.
It's fine. I write it down instead of taking a screenshot of it. It's no problem. This is why we keep a notebook and pencil.
Okay, Dr. Muller.
Dr. Muller. Let's see. That was that's not the right photo. The code to enter my office is 39124.
One, two, four.
Patient number 1365 returns after an absence of 4 months. He's in a state of utter disorientation, perspiration pouring off him, and good heavens, there's a severe wound to the skull. His clothes and hands are covered in blood, and it doesn't appear to be his own. He cannot recall his name, nor anything that's happened during these past months. Seems to have found his way back here more by some strange instinct than by memory itself.
Oh, he is the same
The
person.
personality once known as Walter has vanished entirely, as has the entity we refer to as the Shadow. Though, given his nature, I cannot say with certainty it isn't still lurking beneath the surface. We have treated cases of dissociative identity before, but never one such as this. His appearance, his voice, even his build and weight change quite drastically. Now he looks frail, gaunt, empty, as though there's nothing inside, as though he were but an empty shell, waiting to be occupied. His condition calls for far stricter supervision. This institution is no longer equipped to care for him. I am ordering his immediate transfer to St. Dymphna Hospital. Dr. Former, a specialist in matters such as this, will take him under his care. As I near the end of my tenure as director, I must see this case brought to a decisive close. The blood upon his hands, the emptiness in his eyes, all point to an act of the gravest kind. One his mind appears to have erased entirely. God help us, if the Shadow should ever wake again.
Oh.
So it seems Walter came back to the sanatorium of his own accord, though he was utterly incapable of recalling what he'd done. They moved him to St. Dymphna's Hospital. Could he still be there after 20 years? What became of him? I'll have to follow this lead.
Done. The visit to the old sanatorium had left more questions than answers. The pieces didn't fit. Scattered fragments of a puzzle missing its center. That one elusive detail, the thread that could unravel everything, remained just out of reach. Perhaps the modern hospital held the final clue, the last chance to shed light on the mysteries surrounding the death of Elodie Forsyth. Follow the clues to St. Dymphna's Hospital achievement.
That man returned to the new sanatorium, remembering practically nothing. Maybe it was the wound Lady Margaret left him.
Because I forgot.
Or maybe his mind shattered
Oh.
and never came back after what happened that night. As for me, I was hired to find the one who killed Elodie Forsyth, and my intuition told me they were still there, in the depths of St. Dymphna. I sensed that the end of the road was waiting for me in that place.
Sorry, Maury?
No, not important.
As in the other doors that we didn't check with codes that we maybe could have?
No, it's not important at all. I mixed up the timeline, that was all.
Okay. New, actually functioning hospital.
Saunter in through the front door as if nothing's amiss. I'll need to find another way in.
What? Why? Why? Why break into the hot? No, I don't like this.
It's locked.
Plot twist. It was us all along. We are Walter.
It's locked. The night shift nurses are behind this door. I need to find another way into the hallway to the rooms.
Okay. We answer this phone and it's gonna be the lady again.
Mm-hmm.
Annette, I've stored the copy of the dispensary keys in the storage room file cabinet. Feels like I'm supposed to be able to move, and yet I am very much stuck. Very much stuck. Maybe I wasn't meant to be standing where this chair was when we moved the chair and the table. Don't see any option other than to use load. I'm sorry. Yeah. We might have to do this little segment again. Yeah, we're gonna have to do this little segment again. Okay. So, it was... Note that we didn't notice that was going to tell us about the cabinet. Key to the room with the cabinet.
Mm-hmm.
Here. Key. Back to that same desk, but don't stand in a place that gets us trapped, hopefully. But maybe I'm meant to stand on this side of it. Yes. And I'm not stuck inside the chair. So that's a bit buggy and not great.
Yeah.
But at least it was only like 3 minutes. That's not... Probably 3 minutes worth of redoing.
John Morley and the case of the red shoes.
No!
What does this mean?
We've been reading that when we were in the hospital.
Lady Margaret.
That fateful night, I was startled by the noise.
Was I actually right? We
yeah,
were all Walter.
it is us.
From dear Elodie. I rushed to her chambers, and there you stood, stained with the blood of the one soul I cherished above all others in this world. The housekeeper had warned me, but I turned a deaf ear. Elodie was finally happy, even amidst your incessant bouts of volatility. Yet, with the passage of time, your demeanor darkened. More and more frequently, that sinister presence lurking within you began to surface, each appearance more violent than the last. Elodie no longer gazed upon you with the starry-eyed affection of a smitten young woman. The atmosphere in this house grew suffocating, fraught with an unbearable tension. That very afternoon I spoke with her. She had resolved to end your engagement. You seemed, or so I dared hope, to have accepted it with grace. But that night, that very night, you ended her life in the most savage manner imaginable. I threw myself upon Elodie, desperate to save her. But alas, it was far too late. Months later, I learned you had returned voluntarily to the sanatorium. I sought answers and immersed myself in understanding the afflictions that plagued you. Dissociative identity disorder, they called it. A condition in which one might host multiple identities, each vying for dominion over the body. But the man confined in that bleak institution was not the shadow, not the fiend who had stolen my daughter. No, he was but the shell, the hapless vessel. And I yearned to find the true culprit, not the facade, the murderer himself. Thus I devised my plan. I came to visit you, and just as Elodie had done, I crafted a new role for you, a new identity to inhabit. I brought books, personal artifacts, penned letters as Penny. I leased an office and prepared
Doing this
every
to us?
detail meticulously, down to the smallest thread, for your return.
I was going to
as John
complain about,
Morley.
like, how the hell
Everything
did we
had
have
to
an
be
office then?
flawless.
Or were we just an unreliable narrator?
And why, you may ask? To make you remember, to awaken the shadow, to summon forth the murderer from the abyss of your fractured mind. John Morley is a good man. Walter Brandon was a spirited young sailor brimming with love for Elodie. But the shadow was a merciless, unrepentant killer. I wanted to destroy the murderer who had stolen my daughter. But I could never bring myself to harm an innocent man. My obsession, my singular purpose, was to awaken the shadow.
Dun dun dun! Alright. Screw that lady. She should have just shot us without the elaborate setup, Dark Young. Because she wanted us to be the shadow at the time she shoots us, not be one of the other personalities, was her justification. Okay, so, what do I think of this? Sometimes the graphic-y stuff was a little bit less than, amazing, but most of it was pretty good, pretty reasonable 3D models and stuff. I really liked the atmospheric music. I think it's telling a fairly interesting story. The puzzles are pretty reasonable, and they nice and neatly constrain you to relatively small spaces so you aren't left wandering around the whole space trying to work out where the latest clue you've got to matches to for the puzzle, at least for the start. The hospital is a little bit bigger, But even that, it's usually fairly clear with, like, it gives you new clue, and new clue says, go to location here, and this is... sorry, we have just lost my headphones, so I'll need to flip over to this. Terrible time to run out of headphone battery. This to... And then this to here. Can we hear you, Maury? 1 2 1 2. I hear you, but I need to give chat the ability to hear you. Sorry. Try again. Hello, Maury. 1 2 1 2.
Yeah, I'm still
Yes,
here.
you're
1
back.
2 2.
Okay. What did you think? So I've given my little thoughts there.
I liked it. I like the little plot progression. It's definitely not a story that I've necessarily met before, though one could definitely argue that boy did she put a lot of effort unnecessarily into catching the killer of her daughter. Um, so
It does also help explain why the whole house was not, like, why are the handprints on the thing not 20 years old?
mhm.
Because it's only happened like a week ago.
Well, not weeks ago, a month ago. So it still would not explain why it hasn't rained away all the blood or anything.
It's a lot more reasonable
Uh,
than 20 years.
mhm.
So that, I like that. Yeah, I really quite enjoyed this. I thought this was
Mhm.
good. All right. Any other thoughts or?
No, no. It's neat, it's short, it doesn't overstay its welcome. I do feel that if they had tried to kind of spread it out into a longer game, it would have
Suffered
struggled
for it,
more with
yeah.
keeping the plot. So I think this was a good length for it.
Cool. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We will have to work out what we're doing next, but for now, see you from the senior detectives. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Recording done, and with that, and a solid 14-hour stream, almost 15 now, I get to go have dinner. Is anyone we know and respect up and around? You wouldn't be starting to stream, young perchance. I don't see too many people up. It's 8 a.m. You're barely up. Such is life. Then we will throw people over to Alto. So cheers all. Thank you again for joining. I hope you've had a lovely time with the stream. And thank you, Maury, as always, for taking part in this. It's very helpful to have someone to screenshot and write down notes. I do very much enjoy Senior Detectives with you, so thank you.
Yeah. No, it's been enjoyable. Enjoyable
See
as
you,
always.
see you, chat.